Today it is third session. Just to recap, we have discussed about downloading the JDK version from official vendor website. After that, uninstalling the older versions of JDKs, cleaning up the environment variables, install JDK, configure JDK, and quick starting with the Java program. After that, we discussed about the Java program lifecycle. Okay, so let us discuss further on the main method, importance of main method, compile time error, runtime error, and Java fundamentals. So what is main method? What is main method? For example, we write a class, hello Java class. Now I can write a method public static void test string args open and close flower brackets inside this system dot out dot println hello from hello Java class. So my question to you here is, if we try to compile this with, for example, Java C hello Java dot Java class, it's a Java file, and then execute with hello Java class name, what will be the output of this? Will it compile successfully? Will it run successfully? Or it will give any runtime error? Okay, so giving you multiple choice. First one, it will give compile time error. Compile time error. Second choice is runtime error. Third one is compile success and run success. Output will be hello from hello Java class, or compile success and run success. Output will be nothing, and E, none of the above. None of the above. None of the above. So what do you guys think? If I try to save this file with hello Java dot hello Java dot Java, I have saved this file with hello Java dot Java. That is this file name. Let me try to compile it. Java C hello Java dot Java. Before I compile, I would like to hear from you. What do you think? Will it compile? Will it not compile? Will it give runtime error? Will it give runtime error? Or it will compile success, run success? It will give hello from hello Java class? Or it will give no output? Or none of the above? What do you think so? Okay. Anybody else? What do you guys think? Compile time error. Umesh says it gives compile time error. Anybody? Anybody else? Compile time error. Can you tell me what is a compile time error? What is a compile time error? Error while compiling the Java source file. That's correct. It is an error. It is an error. Error raised by compiler during compilation phase. Compilation phase. That's absolutely correct. What does it give an error? For what it will give error? Based on what it will throw errors? For what reasons will it raise an error? For every reasons or any specific reasons? Because there is no void main. Because there is no void main. No, what is generally compile time error? When compile time error is raised? Syntactical mistakes, syntax errors, syntax, syntax errors. When you have syntax errors. So is class is a valid word? Hello Java, name of a class, it is valid. Flower brackets open, valid. Public static void. All these are keywords, this is valid. Test, name of a method, it is valid. String, args, array, it is valid. Open flower brace, system.out.println, this is a string literal, this is valid. Then semi flower brackets closed, flower brackets closed. Syntactically everything is correct here. Syntactically this program is correct. Syntactically this program is correct. Let me compile and show you. Let me compile it and show you. You see there is no error, which means compilation is success. Compilation is success. So compiler does not check if this method is main method or any other method. But is it checking whether it is a method or not? Are you writing the correct syntax for method or not? So the compiler won't check for main method. Instead, it will check if the syntax of the method is correct or not. That is only the thing it will be checked by compiler. Compiler check only for the syntactical errors. Syntactical errors. As of now, there is no syntactical error. So now let us try to run. Let us try to run. Java, hello, Java. So now when I try to execute, it says main method not found in the class hello Java. Main method not found in the hello class Java. So when I try to execute, when I try to execute Java program, it throws an error or an exception during runtime. runtime. During runtime. What is the error? Main method not found in class hello Java. So please define it. This is the error. Which type of error? What type of error is it? Runtime error. Runtime error. Are you able to follow this? So if you write a method and its method syntax is valid, compiler does not bother. But while execution, interpreter is going to look for the method called main. So interpreter while executing the program, looks for the main method. If not found, it will raise an error. It is an error raised during runtime. It is an error raised during runtime. So it is called runtime error. What is the error? Main method not found in the class hello Java. In the class hello Java. So why is it not executing this test method when I have written perfectly valid syntax for method? Why is it looking only for main? How is it finding main? Why is it actually looking for main? So you need to understand main method in Java is called callback method. Callback method. What does that mean? It means you write a program, and in this program we write so many methods. We write so many methods inside the program. Okay. While executing, we use the class name. We use the class name. So this will initially triggering. This is initially triggering Java interpreter. It is triggering Java interpreter. Java interpreter. So what Java interpreter does? Interpreter does execution of the Java program. Okay, execution of the Java program. So the first responsibility of JVM is look for the dot class file. Look for the dot class file. So there are two steps. The two steps of JVM. First one is search dot class file. Search dot class file. If it is found, then it will start executing. While it is starting execution, it will search for main method. It will search for main method. Because JVM knows only one method, its name is called as main method. Main method is also known as callback method. Callback method. Who is calling this method? JVM is calling method. JVM is calling the method. Where it is looking for user program. This is user program. user program. Inside user program, it is looking for the main method. So it is when you call JVM using Java command, it is in turn calling your program back. It is in turn calling your program back. That is why, that is why, that is why it is called as callback method. Callback. It is calling back to your code. Your code is called by JVM. JVM is calling your code. JVM is calling your code. JVM is calling your code. That is why it is called as callback method. So you are calling JVM and JVM in turn calling back your program. So it should start with main method only. There is no other way. You need to start, the execution will start from main method only. Main method only. It is calling your code back. When you call JVM, JVM is calling your code. JVM is calling your code. That is why this is called as callback method. So when you write a callback method, you should follow the syntax exactly of the syntax of the main method. What is the syntax of the main method? You need to write public static void main string args open and close square brackets, open and close square brackets. After that, open and close flower brackets. Inside this, you can write the Java executable code. Java executable code. So you can write program like this. You can write main method like this. Main method should syntax should be public, static, void, and main. String args. Square brackets open and close, round brackets open, flower brackets open. Write the Java code inside it. Close the main method with the flower bracket close. So this is the syntax of main method. It will look for exactly the same syntax. Which one? Java interpreter. That is JVM looks for this method. So it is mandatory to have public static void main in order to execute the Java program. If you don't want to execute the program, you write with any method, that is fine. But when you want to get output, output comes only if the JVM is looking for main method and it finds. Otherwise, there will be no output. It will give an error saying main method not found. Saying main method not found. Main method is not found in the class name. So it is mandatory to have main method defined with the exact syntax in order to execute the Java program successfully. Successfully. Okay. Okay. So now let me see some of the examples for you so you will be able to understand more about the main method. Okay. Let me write one class. Hello. Just hello. Inside this class, I will write public static void main string args open and close system dot out dot println println welcome to Java program. So if I save this file as hello.java, hello.java, can everybody go through this code and tell me what will be the choice? Choice A, compile time error. Choice B, runtime error. Choice C, compile success and run success. Output is welcome Java program. D, none of the above. None of the above. Pawan says C, output will come. Umesh says runtime error. Sai Kiran says C, compilation is success. Jagadish says code is not executed. So options, is it D Jagadish or B or A? What is your choice? A, B, C, D. D. None of the above. None of the above. Okay. Okay, let me just so nobody said compile time error. I'm glad you have not said compile time error. Then it was a slight confusion for you guys between runtime exception and output. Let me clarify that. So let us go back and see the previous example. Main method syntax. Okay, main method syntax. Public static void main string args square brackets open and close flower brackets close. What is the difference between that code and this code? What is the difference between that code and this code? There's only one change, that is capital M here, there small m, right? Okay, so Java is a case sensitive language. Java is a case sensitive language. We are clear about two rules. Number one is Java is looking for one main method. Java is looking for one main method. And second, it is looking for the main method which is of small letters. It is of small letters. It will try to find only the method which is in small letters. So if it is not finding main method with small case, what it is going to do? It is going to give runtime error saying main method not found in the class. Saying main method not found in the class. So let me try to save this file, compile it and run it. So cls java c hello.java compiled successfully because it is following the syntax of method Java hello. What is it saying? Main method not found in the class hello. Main method not found in the class hello. Runtime error. Runtime error. So there are two rules that I've discussed just now. First one is Java interpreter. Java interpreter. Java interpreter looks for main method. Secondly, Java is case sensitive, which means main and main are different words. Java is a case sensitive, and main method and callback method, which is main method, that is main method is small case. Main method is a small case. Callback method is a small case. That means main is written in the small case. It is different, treating small main and capital M main as different words. So it will not find the main method in the class. If it is not finding the main method, it is going to raise main method not found in the class. Main method not found in the class. This is the reason it will throw runtime error. So please do remember this. Generally in written tests and all, you will get these kind of errors. These kind of programs will be given. Even if you are planning for the certification, Java certification, then you might find such kind of examples in the questions in the exam. Okay, so now if I write main method like this, it is different. Like this, different. This, different. It is also different. This one is also different. Different. This one is also different. MAIN. This is also different. So you can write these many number of different variant main methods. And last one thing, which is a valid main method. Let me write valid main method. This one. This is valid one. Valid main method. Main valid callback main method. Valid callback main method, because it is having public, static, void, and main in the small letters, then string args, then system.out.println. Welcome to Java programming. Welcome to Java programming. So each method is having a different name. Each method is having a different name. So you cannot write or you can't write two methods with the same name. Same name. You cannot write two methods with same name. In this program, each method is having different name. Each method is having a different name. Not the same. Not the same. Okay. So all these methods are valid methods, but the execution happens only in the last method, that is small case main method. That is small case main method. Small case main method. Are you clear on this? Everybody? Okay, fine. So we have understood about the main method. We have understood about the main method. Then compile time error. We have seen what is compile time error, what is runtime error. So compile time error is like writing semicolon or maybe removing this void or maybe adding like this. These and all are the syntactical mistakes. If you by accidentally write these things, then it is not going to accept. It will throw compile time error. So compile time error is raised when there is a syntactical mistake. Syntactical mistake. These are keywords, right? So let's understand what are keywords and furthermore. So runtime error is the error when it is executed, we might get into these errors. When we execute a program, if it raises any errors, those errors are called as runtime errors. Those errors are called as runtime errors. Those errors are called as runtime errors. Okay, so now let us see what is keyword. What is a keyword? Let us understand more about the keyword. So in this program, class hello, inside that we have public static void main string args open and close system dot out dot println that is from h class. Okay, looking at this code, let us try to identify each word. Okay, each word. So we are writing something called class. What does that indicate? It indicates that java code is written inside class. Class is a keyword. It is a keyword to indicate java code, to indicate the java code. And every line of code should be written inside the class only. Every line of code should be written inside the class only. So it is telling compiler that I am writing whole code in this format inside class. So it is indicating the compiler that this whole syntax is a class. So that is what it is meaning. So keyword is actually for specific meaning. Keyword indicating specific meaning to compiler. It is used for a specific meaning to the compiler. Okay, this keyword should be in the small case only. It should be in the small case only. Keyword should be in the small case only. There are only 52 keywords. There are only 52 keywords in the Java programming language. But in this program, we see class is a keyword, class is a keyword. Then you see public. Public is also a keyword which has a specific meaning to the compiler. Then static, it indicates something to the compiler. Then void, this one also it will indicate something to the compiler. It has a specific meaning with compiler. These two words are known to the compiler. These are predefined. These are known to the compiler. These are predefined. Keywords are predefined. Keywords are all 52 keywords are predefined, are built in. All 52 keywords are predefined, are built in. Can we create user defined keyword? Can we create a user defined keyword? No, we cannot create a user. We cannot create a user defined. We cannot create an user defined keyword. We cannot create a user defined keyword. We cannot create an user defined keyword. We cannot create an user defined keyword. Keywords are single words predefined with compiler, predefined with predefined with compiler. Single words. It does not allow more than one word. It does not have more than one word. All keywords are single words. So while going through the learning process, you will get to know all the 52 keywords available in Java. But as of now, we are using only 48 keywords. 4 keywords are reserved keywords. Only 48 keywords are being used as of today. So 4 keywords are reserved keywords. Okay. So you'll get to know more about those keywords going in the few further sessions. Okay, so that is all about the keywords. That is all about the keywords. Any doubts? Okay. And next, constants. What are constants? Constants Constants are fixed values. Fixed values, meaning it can't change its value. Can't change its value. Constant's value cannot be changed. Another one, it does not have any meaning to it. It does not have, it doesn't have any meaning to the constant. Can anybody tell me what is the meaning of 2? What is the meaning of 5? What is the meaning of 7? So you cannot define it. You cannot define it, right? Then what is the meaning of A? Right? What is the meaning of at the rate? So you cannot define any meaning for it. You cannot derive any meaning to it. It is just there. So constants are, let's say, numbers, real numbers, whole numbers, real numbers. Whole numbers, real numbers, characters, then logical, then string constants. So these are all the constants. Okay. Whole number is also known as integral constants. Integral constants. Integral constants. Real number indicates decimal constants. Decimal constants. Character constants. Characters. These are alphabets. Alphabets, capital A to capital Z, small a to small z, 0 to 9, all the special characters, all the special characters, including spaces, including new line characters, all of these are character constants. Character constants. Then logical. Logical. What is logical? True or false? Okay. These are called as Boolean constants. These are called as Boolean constants. True or false. True or false. Then we have string constants. String constants. These constants are group of characters. These constants are group of characters written inside the double quotes. Group of characters written inside the double quotes. This is character literal or constant. Sorry, string literal or string constant. String literal or constant. These are constants. And why are we using constants? Constants we are using to represent data in the program. We are using constant to represent data in the program. You can use constants in mathematical expressions. You can use constants in mathematical expressions. You can use constants in mathematical expressions. This is all about the constants. This is all about the constants. Have you understood about the constants? In a hello world program, is there any constant written? Can anybody find out what is a constant written in hello world? Are there any constants here? No? Anybody, any constant in hello world program? Okay. So you are writing something inside double quotes. You are writing something inside double quotes and this value. So this is called as a string constant or string literal. Just now I have told you. When you write something inside the double quotes, that is called as a string constant. That is called as a string constant. So hello world program, it is definitely having hello from H, hello, sorry, from H class, from H class. This is a string constant. 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 So we have discussed about constants. Keywords and constant is completed. Then we'll look into variables. We'll look into variables. So what is a variable? What is a variable in general? Variable is varying data, varying, varying data. Variable is varying data, which keeps changing. Value that keeps changing. It is a value which keeps changing. Value keeps changing. So what happens to the previous value? Old value, old value gets overridden, gets overridden with new value, with new value, overridden value. Old value will get overridden with new value. At any point of time, variable can hold only one value, only one value. Can hold only one value at any point of time. At any point of time. At any point of time. So variables hold constants, variables hold constants, or variables are storing constants. Hold or store constants. So variable is nothing but it is a memory location to hold some some constant. It is a memory location in RAM to hold some constant. In RAM to hold some constant or data. Then if it is holding data, there must be some kind of a data type which we can define. So it cannot change its data type. So it will have a data type in its entire life cycle. In its entire life, it accepts, it stores only one type of data in it. It will have a data type and in its entire life, it stores only one type of data. It stores only one type of data. One type of data. So in order to store value, we use assignment operator. We use assignment operator to store constants in a variable. We use assignment operator to store constant in a variable. Constant in a variable. Constant in a variable. Constant in a variable. Every variable will have its own name. Every variable will have a name. Every variable will have a name. Just a moment, guys. So this is every variable will have a name. Every variable is accessed by its name. Okay. We use that name to access it anywhere inside the program. Okay. So this is about variables. This is about variables. So let us go back and look at the next topic, that is data types. Data types. Okay, let me explain about the data types. So what is data type? What is a data type? We just said it is a specific type of data we mention for a variable, right? What type of data we are going to store in the variable? Variable means it's storing some values, some constants, right? So what type of constants will it store? There are 5 different types of constants. Integral, that means whole, real, character, boolean, and string constants. So there are different types of constants, right? So what type of data will we store inside the variable? What type of data do we store inside the variable? So that specifies what type of data type. What type of data type? So data type is to specify. Data type is to specify the type of data. The type of data stored in the type of data stored in the variable. Type of data stored in the variable. Type of data stored in the variable. So in a broader classification, there are two types of data types. Two types of data types in the broader classification. Number one, primitive. Primitive data types. Another one, derived data types. Primitive and derived data types. Primitive and derived data types. And again, primitive data types are whole numbers. Every constant, every type of constant have corresponding, every type of data is, every type of constant is having corresponding data type, corresponding data type. For example, whole numbers is having whole numbers, which is integral constants. So byte is one type of data type, short another type of data type, integer, long. So there are four types of integral data types. There are four types of integral data types. And then real. Real means floating point, or you say decimal. Decimal data types. There are two types of decimal data types. One is float, another one is double. For character, for character, for characters, we have alphabets. Alphabets. I'll say alphanumeric. Alphanumeric, which means it is a char data type. It is a char data type. Then logical. Logical data, which is Boolean. Which is Boolean. Data type is Boolean. Data type is Boolean. When you want to represent some logical decisions, whether it is true or false, then you are going to use Boolean data type. These are all the primitive data types. These are all the primitive data types. And derived data types. Derived data types. For example, string is a derived data type. System is a derived data type. And any class, any user defined class also is called as derived data type. Defined user defined class and interface or enum. So there are different types of basics in Java. One of them is class, another one is interface, another one is enum. So these are the different types of classes we can create in Java. Classes are other building blocks, you can call them as. So any class you define or you declare a class, then that class can be called as derived data type. That class can be called as derived data type. So let me tell you how to create a variable, how to declare a variable and the data type. How to declare the variable and the data type. So we need to follow the syntax variable declaration. Variable declaration. So variable can be declared as data type and variable name. And variable name. semicolon. So when you write like this, when you write like this, you need to have a specific data type to be used for the variable. For the variable, for example, if anybody wants to store age, right? Int age equal to, or maybe semicolon. This is how we declare a variable. This is how we declare a variable. Then variable declaration with initialization. Initialization. What is initialization? Giving value initially. Giving initial value is equal to 21. For example, int age equal to 21. So 21 is the constant, age is the variable, int is the data type, and we are using equals operator to store 21 in age memory. Age is a variable, it has a memory allocation in the RAM, and it is storing 21 inside the memory location where its name is called as age. So this is variable declaration with initialization. Variable declaration with initialization. Another one, variable declaration, variable declaration, variable declaration and initialization. Variable initialization separately we can write. Initialization we can write variable initialization separately. For example, int age semicolon and initializing it with the first time age equal to 21. So this is called as variable initialization. This one is called as variable declaration. This is variable declaration and this is variable initialization. So here you can do multiple declaration. You can do multiple variable declaration. You can do multiple variable declaration. For example, int age 1, int age 2, int age 3. Like this, you can declare any number of variables and you can initialize at the same time. Initialize multiple variables, multiple variable initialization. Initialization. How do we do it? Age 1 equal to age 2 equal to age 3. If I want to set it to 0, I can set all these variables with 0. I can set it with initially as a 0 values. So you can define both together. Int age equal to 21, age 2 equal to 22, age 3 equal to 23. Multiple variable declaration and initialization. Multiple variable declaration and initialization. Multiple variable declaration and initialization. So int age equal to 21, age 2 equal to 22, age 3 equal to 23. Although it may not be any valid use case, I'm just giving this an example. Okay, don't take it too serious. So this is an example to understand how we can declare and initialize. Don't try to derive any relation between age 22, age 2, age 3. Okay, this is how we declare. So now instead of int, you can write anything and you can change the meaningful constant to it. So let us see some examples. Let us see some examples. For example, there is a student. Student will have a name, an email, then mobile number, and then we have a height, weight, percentage or marks secured. Okay, I'll say percentage, percentage. Then is he having driving license? Driving license. Driving license. Generally, we use student won't have, but engineering students like graduation students will be having this thing. So for just only for analytics part, we are doing this. So what is a name? For example, name is, let's say, Siva, right? So this we need to write inside. We need to write inside double quotes. So this data is called as string data. Okay. Email, again, group of characters. So email abc@gmail.com. This is a string. So this is some kind of big integer value. So big integer value can be, let's say, 9898989899. So this is type of data long. Then height. Height generally will be having 5.1 or 6.1 or 6.2 like this. So this you can take it as float. This you can take it as float. And weight, we generally refer weight in kilos. So we can take it as 75 kilos. Type of data is float. Type of data is float, 75.4. Percentage. Percentage. Percentage is 69.67%. Again, this one is also a float value. Driving license. Does he have license? False. False. So this is type of data Boolean. And gender, male or female. So you can call it as, you can write this inside the single quotes. You can call it as character data type. Character data type. So these are the different data types we might come across. We might come across while storing the information of student, processing in the applications. Processing in the applications. Processing in the applications. So this is how we define the data types, the variables, the constants. Are you able to follow me? Are you able to follow me? Okay. So, lastly but not least, let us look at a little bit of methods. Okay. So today we have seen some part of methods already. So syntax of method. Let me explain what is a method, why a method. So what are the different things in the method? Okay. Method. So method, it is an executable block of code. It is an executable block of code. Executable block of code. Executable block of code. Executable block of code. It should be enclosed within the flower brackets. Executable code should be inside opening flower brace and closing flower brace code. Okay. And we need to follow a syntax, method syntax. Method syntax is access levels, non-access levels, return type, method name, arguments, opening flower brace and closing flower brace. This is the method syntax. This is the method syntax. So this is how we define a method. This is called as method definition. Method definition. How do we define a method? Access level, non-access levels, return type, method name, arguments. Method name, arguments. What are the different types of access levels? You can write. There are public, protected, and private. These are the access levels we can specify here. If you don't write anything, it is called as default. If you don't write any access level, then it is called as default access level. Non-access levels. Non-access levels. What are the non-access levels? Static, abstract, and final. Static, abstract, final. These are the non-access levels. Return types. Return types. What are the return types? All data types and plus void data type. All data types include primitive or derived data types. Primitive data types or derived data types. Primitive or derived. Primitive or derived data types. And void. And void. Then method name, as you already know, we'll talk about this little bit more. These are called identifiers. Identifiers. Method name of a method is following the rules of identifiers. We will discuss on this tomorrow. So this is identifiers. And then parameters or arguments. Arguments or parameters. Arguments or parameters. These are nothing but variables. These are nothing but variables. That means a data type you need to give and variable name. Just like string args. String args is an example. For example, for argument or parameters. Okay. This is an example for arguments. And also, block of code, flower brackets indicates block of code. block of code. This indicates block of code, which means group of statements. Set of statements. Set of statements. Set of statements.